Hello and welcome back to Penny Plays. We've been absent for a little while and haven't done a video.
We haven't, no, we've been quite busy.
Busy travelling and doing other stuff, but we're back and we've had quite a large vintage board game haul this week. Well, several hauls, haven't we?
Hauls, we've been to several charity shops.
I think basically the charity shops of Bedfordshire are now empty.
They are indeed.
Well, actually they're probably not. We'll be back next week doing more. But we've really looked out with some MB Games, which is a brand that I think we always look out for because they're known, especially for sort of 80s, 90s stuff, aren't they?
Yeah, and you can never really go wrong with MB.
No, well, I don't know. Maybe.
We'll probably
find one that fails us.
Yeah.
But we found loads of them in charity shops, so we've been picking up quite a few of them. But the one we're going to share with you today is this one here, which is WWF, I suppose, Wrestling Challenge. Okay, so give us a potted history of what you know of wrestling, because my knowledge is not very big.
Very little. I did have a friend that was massivly into wrestling.
I had a friend who was as well, and it got very boring.
Yeah, and as soon as you tell them that it's all acting, they go, oh. Anyway, WWF, it was as known then when this game was out. It's now WWE.
And it was the WC or something in between.
There used to be two, I believe, and again, I'm going to be very careful because my history is hazy, but there used to be two, WCW, WWF, and they kind of amalgamated and they made WWE.
So it's no longer wrestling against pandas?
No.
Okay, that's the key bit you need to know. Yep. No pandas were injured in the reviewing of this board game.
That is correct.
Right, so MB Games, as I say, ages 6 years and up and 2 to 4 players. Now, this set that we picked up in a charity shop, there's a slight problem. Well, there's a few problems.
Yeah, there is.
It's missing a couple of things, which we'll come on to in a minute. But the most important thing it's missing is the rules.
The instructions.
So we've basically worked out how to play this by watching someone else's YouTube video. The difference being that YouTuber, this is a 1991, I believe, English UK edition. Yeah. The YouTuber we watched was playing a 1990 American version,
and we will mention him. We should probably
we'll put a link down below to his video and tag him and everything because it's only fair to do so. Yeah. But it did mean, and he wasn't saying this is exactly how you play. He was kind of giving a bit of a run through of a few things. So we are left with a few questions. Yeah. I've scoured the internet to find some rules. I found in a Yahoo Answers post someone saying, here is a PDF, but there's no link in that here. So I think that's, and this is from like about 9 years ago when Yahoo Answers was the answer to everything.
Yahoo. Everyone remembers Yahoo.
Well, anyway, so I can't find any rules anywhere. So if anyone has got rules, please drop me a message down below. And if I can have a copy of them, I'd love it. But what we've got, this is the game board. You have what's supposed to be the wrestling. Is it a square? Is it a ring? Is it
it's
wrestling ring?
It's a ring. Yeah.
Okay, so we have what's supposed to be the wrestling ring in the middle. Round the outside, we've got a series of 9 different wrestlers.
That's right.
And also 2 other squares, which we'll come to in a minute.
And most importantly, the Hulk Hogan.
So these were all American wrestlers. WWF was an American thing, right? This is
It's an American wrestling, but not all the wrestlers were necessarily American. But it's the American wrestling.
Okay, so we don't have what's Shirley Crabtree or whatever.
Shirley Crabtree.
Is that his real name?
Shirley Crabtree was Big Daddy, and he was for all the American people watching this, we had a slightly tamer version of wrestling in the UK. It's still probably going, but we had 2 very famous people. They were quite large. Not because they were muscly, they were large. And they were, I don't have to whisper, they're dead now.
Both
of them. Yeah, John Haystacks died. Well, that was the thing. That's actually the thing. That's what made them both famous. There was John Haystacks, who was...
Right.
And there was Big Daddy, who was Shirley...
Crabtree. Not Temple.
Shirley, Big Daddy, during a wrestling match, actually kind of didn't really kill him, but but John Haystacks died
in the ring.
Yeah, of a heart attack or something like that.
Right, interesting.
So if you're interested, check it out.
I've just realised now all the cards here looks like someone I know. I won't mention names, but I've just realised that really reminds me of a friend of mine. Whoops.
Sorry.
If you're watching.
You know who you are.
Anyway, so what we have in the game is there are 9 different wrestlers around the board, and then there are a series of cards. Apart from, we've only got 8 of the cards, which is
we are missing
flaw number 1 in our game.
We are missing the
model.
The model. Not the modeler.
No, just the model.
No, I'm thinking something else. The model. Sorry,
just the
yes.
model.
Yeah.
Okay, we're missing that. But the way this works is you have cards with wrestlers on.
Yeah.
Now, we believe that you basically shuffle these, deal them out, and you end up with, so a 2-player game, and it's 2 to 4 players.
So you would have 9. If for 2 players, you had 9 cards, so you'd leave a card out.
Yeah, and same with if you had 4
so
players.
So we basically have 4 cards, which you are dealt with.
And you can put those in front of you, face up, so you know which wrestlers
I'm going to stick them here.
Okay, so we'll do this so that we can see what we've got.
I'm going to cut.
I'll put mine the other way around to us, but still.
Anyway,
so we have 4 wrestlers each. Now,
yeah.
The counters for the game are
Yeah.
these things, which I believe, from the guy in the States, tells me these were quite common counters in a lot of MB games.
Yes.
So there's 4 of these: red, blue, orange, and green. And then the interesting bit is that you also have 4 dice, which are the same colours as your counters: red, blue, orange, and green. So those obviously link up with
your player,
which one you are. Now, we also have 2 extra dice, which we'll come to in a minute.
Yes.
Okay, so
the other thing we're missing is these are.
Well, we think we're missing.
I think we are. Yeah. Okay. Well, the version that we saw on the
other
video had these, which are the championship belts.
Or challenger belts, are they?
Championship belts.
I don't know.
Yeah, challenge belts probably.
Championship belts.
There we go. Championship belts, and you have ones for each colour that you are. So I'll be blue. So I will, and you have you put them next to your wrestlers, but we think there should be 3, and we've only got 2 of each, so we're missing.
It's a bit weird though, because I can understand 3, because you basically when 2 wrestlers wrestle against each other, that it's kind of saying the first 1 to 3 wins, which kind of makes sense. But I'm a bit suspicious because we've got 2 of each.
Yeah.
The chances of 1 of each colour having gone missing just seems a bit suspect to me, if you see what I mean.
Possibly, but it might be the same reason why the modeler card has gone missing, and they decided the previous owners of this game have got rid of them.
Or I just wonder if it's something as simple as, in this version of it, rather than saying first to 3, it was best of 3, which is the same as first to 2.
Probably, and then the later one they brought in 3.
Maybe. We don't know. Anyway, so the way this works is you have a counter each. So for the sake of argument, I'm going to be red for now, and we're going to move the green and orange ones out of the game. So I've got my wrestlers. Bond's got his wrestlers.
Yep.
We then take it in. Well, one of us puts something on the board.
So like, I think for argument's sake, you kind of use your first wrestler. So I've got, who's this? This is the I don't even know, the Macho King. Okay, so I would start here, for example.
So you then roll
the black dice.
So both of them. Is that right? I don't know, because the board's only small.
Yeah, you only roll. You roll 1 dice.
Okay, roll 1 dice. So it doesn't really matter which colour one at this point.
It doesn't, no.
So roll 1 dice.
So 4. And you can move
either way
around the board. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've landed on this is a challenge square. Square. So that means I can now pick someone to fight or wrestle.
So we think you have to use your Macho King to do that, right?
Well, no, because you don't.
Okay, I just wonder whether you have started on his square.
Well, because this is the first one in the.
Okay, fair enough. Are we going to fight with him?
I will fight with him.
And who?
And I will choose Jake the Snake.
Okay, right. Now, there's one bit we've missed in this.
We
also have what are called power-up cards.
Yes.
So these. Now, what's supposed to happen is that each player is supposed to get
one for
each wrestler.
Of their wrestler. So you
these would go under your wrestlers at the start of the game. Now, we're going to have the first wrestle.
Yes. So I'm blue.
Or whatever it's
so it's fairly obvious. Its highest score wins, really.
Yeah.
So roll together. So I've got a 1, you've got a 2. So you would win the first one. So that would mean you turn over your... That's it, yes.
One of my belts.
Yes, one of your belts. So, I'll put mine next there. So then we do it. So now, for example, I would say, well, actually, I would like to use my power card.
Okay.
So that's the one that was under my wrestler. So I got the power slam, and it gives me 5 extra.
Flipping out. I'd better use
points.
mine then.
Okay.
So mine is the pile driver, which gives me
3
extra points.
So, go.
We add those to what we roll.
So I got 2. So I got 2, and plus the 5 makes 7.
5 plus the 3 makes 8.
So she wins.
Get in. So that would mean I've turned both those over. So I have therefore
you won. So
won.
So both. So the power cards go, and the.
So my power card goes to it as well.
Yes.
Okay.
And he goes back to wrestle another day.
Excellent. So I'm winning. I like this going so far. So do you then keep rolling, or do we not know this bit?
So no, now it would be you who goes.
Okay, so I roll a 1.
It doesn't matter which dice.
So you're starting. Let me start with one of my wrestlers. Okay, so here we go. This pink guy, Ultimate Warrior. Right.
So you go 1.
Roll a 1.
So go that way, for example.
Okay, so Earthquake.
So that would mean that I have to use Earthquake.
But I can use anyone.
You can use anyone.
I might
apparently.
as well go with this pink guy. Let's do it that way around.
Okay.
The Ultimate Warrior.
Okay.
So in this case, then I turn my challenge belts back
over again, and then
away
we go again. So I got 6, 5. So I win that first one.
Let's just go with the look of the die alone.
Okay. Well, I'm going to use my power card just because.
Wait and see what this is.
So I've got the leg drop, and
I feel I might have to do this then.
Oh.
The airplane spin, which is just one
okay.
extra.
So then we roll again. Oh, so I got 6 and 2, which is
8.
8, and and you. So that means I win both those bouts.
So my Ultimate Warrior has gone.
Yes, and we lose.
His cards have gone.
So I would then take Earthquake back.
Okay, now I think then we just keep going in this way. But the only bit in the rules that I'm really not sure about is how you take turns. So that was your no, that was my turn, wasn't it?
Yes.
But I lost.
Yeah.
So does that mean the turn passes to you?
Yeah,
assuming that's the case?
I think because if there were 4 players, you would all have to.
Yeah, that's
true. Because you 2 by 2, so you just say you were the last person to roll round.
So you stay in if you keep winning.
Because it's kind of irrelevant in a way. Okay. But it just gives you a chance to use your players.
The aim of the game is to be the last wrestler standing.
The last team standing. Because,
so in other words, if I wiped out all of your wrestlers...
you could have 3 left.
I could have 3 left.
Yeah.
4 left. Okay, all right. I'm with it.
Yeah.
I think.
So that's basically the game.
So I think you don't actually have to know about wrestling.
No.
To know how to play.
See, this is the thing, because from the whole point of the cards is just you wrestle your favourite wrestler, but it's kind of irrelevant to which wrestler you use, because
you could put Jimmy Cranky on one.
It could be.
Really
could be. You could put the Ace of Spades down there, and it makes a difference.
Okay.
But and I have heard versions, or have heard of versions where they added extra things. So you give them special powers.
Someone apparently had written on Board Game Geek, which, if you don't know, it's a wonderful website for everything board game related. They'd written some extra rules along the lines of if you've got certain wrestlers based on what their key moves were. So that's obviously if you really are into your wrestling and you do know what all the individual wrestlers kind of did and what their signature moves were and stuff like that. Now this, they say kind of, I think it's age 6 years and up is what it says on the box. And I think actually that kind of makes sense, because the whole idea of rolling the dice against each other, it's a simple thing. It's a bit like when you play Risk or something, isn't it? It's a very similar concept of, doing that. What we didn't mention is that I think some of these power-up cards allow you to roll extra dice as well. Yeah, so in a scenario where you'd have, say, we'll use $1 Million Man and Mr. Perfect, for example. There's a special wrestling hold card here. Yeah, which would mean you could then roll an extra die. So that would mean that you would, with your colour, with your red, you would then roll an extra dice, which gives you an extra chance. Yeah. So in that case, you'd got 10 points, and a bit like the maximum I could roll is 6. 2 armies, or 3 armies fighting 2, or whichever way. That adds an extra bit of spice to it. But there are also, I think there are also cards that... No, I thought there was cards that... Oh, no, because yes, that's why you've got 2 of these dice, because you can both have one each. Yeah, that makes sense. So, okay. So there we go. So basically, I can see kids could play this. Mm-hmm. It's not difficult in that sense. Anyone who likes wrestling, I think, would really get into this. And you could possibly even make your own version of the board by sticking modern day wrestlers on it. Yeah, because obviously none of these wrestlers wrestle anymore. No. So you could do something like that if you wanted to. it's great for kids in terms of actually looking at dice and understanding the numbers and what's higher and all that kind of things, and a little bit of addition and everything. But I can also imagine quite a few grown adults who are wrestling fans also enjoying this game, to be honest with you.
Yep.
Pretty good. Just a shame that it's not quite all there.
Yeah, we're missing, we think, those...
but I think if we had the we're definitely missing one card for the model.
Yeah.
But I think if we had the instructions, it'd really help. It's a bit hard to review a game.
Yeah.
We're doing our best here. We're doing our best. Anyway, thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed this. So this game was, we'll go back, not injuring any pandas, the WWF Wrestling Challenge. Indeed. There we go. I hope you enjoyed it. This is from MB Games. If you like this, then make sure you click like and subscribe down below, and also pop over to pennyplays.co.uk if you want to find out anything else about other vintage board games, and also head over to Facebook and search for Vintage Board Games UK, which is the Facebook group that we set up for people who like vintage board games.
Indeed.
And that's it. So thanks for listening, watching.
Listening.
Both. It could be listening.
Looking.
Thanks for watching. I hope to see you again soon. Bye.
Bye.